After 4 consecutive away games, Martin O'Neill will be glad to be back at Villa Park, especially after the unhappy ending at West Ham midweek. The defence will be strengthened with Carlos Cuela available after suspension, but skipper Stilian Petrov is banned. So Nigel Rio-Coker could get his first league start since that training ground spat with O'Neill. Gary Mexon's side are yet to keep a clean sheet in the league and conceded 8 in a week to Chelsea. Had it not been for Jussi Jääskeläinen, it could have been much worse. And the Finns announced he's retiring from international football to concentrate on club football. J. Lloyd Samuels serves the first of a 3-match ban. Johan Elmander got a rare goal on this ground last season. Now he'd love another. Bolton have beaten Villa just once in their last 12 meetings and have conceded 4 on each of their last 2 visits. Martin O'Neill's men have gone 3 matches without victory. Can they get back to winning ways? Let's join our match commentators at Villa Park.
Hello, a warm welcome to Villa Park from Gary Weaver and Trevor Francis as Aston Villa host Bolton Wanderers in the Barclays Premier League. Villa back within their own 4 walls after 4 successive away days. Draws at Wolves and Everton, coupled with Carling Cup progress against Sunderland, and Wednesday night's defeat at West Ham United when they blew their chance of going 4th in the table. This place hasn't been the most fertile of hunting grounds for Bolton recently. They've lost the last 2 here, conceding 8. And they've been hit for 4 in their last 2 games in all competitions, both against Chelsea. One in the Carling Cup and the other in the Barclays Premier League last Saturday. Nigel Rio-Coker leading out Aston Villa today. They've been hit by injuries, and Rio-Coker taking hold of the captain's armband, showing that all is now well between him and his manager Martin O'Neill. Gary Mexon has won just once here as a manager. That was during his very few days at Leicester City in the Carling Cup a couple of years ago. Let's take a check on the teams for you then. Aston Villa are without James Collins, the defender who's been terrific since his signing, has a groin strain. So Luke Young makes his first start of the season with Carlos Cuela moving to centre-half. Stilian Petrov is suspended, so Nigel Rio-Coker makes his first Premier League start since his fallout with manager Martin O'Neill. Emil Heskey is out with a stiff back. Gary Mexon reverts to his tried and trusted 5-man midfield. Matt Taylor and Ricardo Gardner return after being sacrificed for the change in system against Chelsea last week. Paul Robinson makes his first start since August. He's in for the suspended J. Lloyd Samuel. Well, if there was ever any doubt about whether Nigel Rio-Coker had a future at Villa after his fallout with Martin O'Neill 2 months ago, and those questions have been answered today. Not only does he start, he is captain today, anchoring the heart of the Aston Villa midfield in the absence of the suspended Stilian Petrov. It was a beautiful autumnal day early on. Now it's clouded over. It's a cold day in the Midlands as these two prepare to do battle. Bolton hit for 4 on the last 2 occasions they have visited Villa Park. They did lead here last season, but then were beaten by 4 goals to 2. Kevin Davis had a busy day, scoring at both ends that day. Mark Clattenburg is the referee. It was set to be Chris Foy, but he's fallen ill, so Mark Clattenburg, the man in the middle here today. And as you can see, they will switch ends before kick-off. And also on Remembrance Weekend, before kick-off here, fans, players and managers alike will stand as one to remember those who've lost their lives in conflict around the world on this Remembrance Weekend. Remembrance Weekend, Villa Park remembers. Sidwell. Good start this by Aston Villa. Milner. Carew is the target to get his head to it, saved by Escalante, and fired home by Ashley Young. Breakthrough for Aston Villa in the 5th minute.
Well, it's been total dominance in the first few minutes for Aston Villa, and they cap it with an early goal. Carew gets in between the two defenders. Escalante makes the save, but Ashley Young, he responds quicker than anyone. Onto it in a flash, into the roof of the net. Little side foot with his right foot. Makes no mistake. It's only what Aston Villa deserve for such a bright start.
It's been a tough time so far for Sam Ricketts and co, wearing the white of Bolton. John Carew gets the better of Cahill. It's Igbonlahor. Aston Villa's headline act, Gabriel Igbonlahor, strikes again. His 7th of the season, and Villa double their money.
Absolutely dreadful defending from Gary Cahill. Overhead kick from Ashley Young. Miscontrol from Carew. Cahill tries to shepherd it out for a goal kick. Shouldn't have taken any chances. That should have gone straight out for a corner. It's poor defensive play, but credit to Carew. He doesn't give it up, looks up, rows it to Igbonlahor. That's time to stop it. Drills it with his left foot, right between the legs of Escalante to give Aston Villa a 2-0 lead.
Fourth goal in 6 games against Bolton Wanderers. 2 assists for John Carew.
But Igbonlahor had no need to push Robinson.
There's Gary Cahill. Oh, it's off the post and swept in. Bolton Wanderers are back in this right on half-time. Johan Almander strikes his first goal in the Premier League since he scored here back in December. It's all to play for.
Well, Igbonlahor gave the free kick away. It's played into a forward area. I was just about to say that Richard Dunn had made a brilliant challenge to deny Cahill, but it comes off the post. Fortunately, into the path of Almander, who followed it in and had the simplest of tasks, just to prod it over the goal line to bring Bolton back into this game.
John Carew. It's a lovely turn from John Carew. Still going, Carew! Fantastic strength. Aston Villa have their 2-goal cushion restored thanks to John Carew and his desire to fire that ball past Escalante.
You're absolutely right to talk about desire, but I think that Gary Megson will have stronger words to say about the way that his team defend this. Ball played into the box, Zach Knight gets far too tight. Carew rolls in, and then through the legs of Cahill, who should have done better again. Between them, the two centre-halves of Bolton haven't done well enough there. Carew plays it through the legs of Cahill. Don't know whether that was intentional, but he gets the run of the ball, which tees him up to strike the ball past Escalante for Aston Villa's 3rd, and John Carew's 1st of the game.
Richard Dunn has stayed back this time. Quayle's gone forward. Ashley Young with the delivery. John Carew was waiting, and the appeal is for a penalty has been given.
I think that's a good decision for Mark Clattenburg. Kevin Davis got himself into a poor position. John Carew was favourite to head this ball. Little nudge in the back, and the referee immediately pointed to the spot.
Now Aston Villa have missed 4 of their 10 penalties so far this season. Martin O'Neill doesn't have now a designated penalty taker. It's who's confident at that moment. Here is why the decision was given.
Well, the front 4 for Aston Villa this afternoon have all been excellent, and they're the reason why Aston Villa are in such a good position. 3 of them have scored. The only one who hasn't scored as of yet is James Milner, who's just about to take this penalty.
It's James Milner, saved by Oscar Line-in, and off the post from Sidwell, and struck home by James Milner. They got there in the end. It's game over.
Will Aston Villa get lucky here? They can't seem to find a consistent penalty taker. It's a poor penalty from Milner, but it comes back to Sidwell, off the post, and Milner stays alive. That's important. Could easily have dropped his head, but he gets the chance to prod the ball back into the net. And surely that must be game-setting match for Aston Villa. They've not been able to deal with Aston Villa's front four. They've had no answer to them from the very first minute.
Milner's cross, Quayle with the flick. It's fine. Carlos Quayle with his first goal for Aston Villa, and it is turning into a rout.
Excellent ball in, low trajectory. Quayle with a backwards header, just helping it on, but he helps it on straight into the corner, just inside the far post, to give Aston Villa their 5th goal. Another example of Bolton unhinged every time the ball comes in the box. They've not defended well, but especially they haven't headed the ball well, which is an absolute essential for any team to do well defensively.
His last goal was for Rangers against Kilmarnock. He's got the 5th here. Mark Clattenburg puts Bolton out of their misery. Aston Villa back to winning ways. They've shown their top 6 credentials. Martin O'Neill's side putting 5 past Bolton Wanderers. It was Ashley Young who got the ball rolling in the 5th minute. That was 1-0. Then Bonlahor made it 2. Just before half-time, Amanda struck back for Bolton, giving them hope. But in the second half, Villa put their foot down on the gas and cruised away. John Carew with the 3rd, Milner with the 4th. After his penalty was saved, he put away the rebound. And then Carlos Quayle, with his first goal for the club, made it number 5. It's Villa's day. It's finished. Aston Villa 5, Bolton Wanderers 1.
Gary Megson's side yet to keep a clean sheet in the Premier League today. Aston Villa pile on more misery as they ran riot, scoring 5 as Bolton collapse.